We will not let the government of BC hold Alberta's and Canada's economy hostage and jeopardize the economic security of hundreds of thousands of working families across this province and across this country.
So, Alberta's bargaining chip, a boycott on BC wine, retaliation against a British Columbia proposal to review the oil spill risk from Kinder Morgan's Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. Alberta's premier has called that move an unprovoked and unconstitutional attack. She's already called off talks with BC over a massive energy deal, and British Columbia, well, it's not backing down either. Carolyn Dunn now on the collateral damage of this trade war.
Brian Enzer of Shepparton Estate Winery had visions of expanding his market in Alberta to being standard on liquor store shelves. That is until today, when the Alberta government hit that business plan where it hurts, right in the Pinot Noir.
I think it's kind of a loss for both provinces, and I think everybody should maybe sit down, have a glass of wine, and come to a reasonable compromise.
Good luck. This trade war has been escalating for more than a week since the BC government proposed new oil spill regulations that would restrict increased shipments of diluted bitumen by rail or pipeline. BC insists it has a right to protect its land and water. In a statement, BC Premier John Horgan said, "I urge Alberta to step back from the threatening position. If Alberta disagrees, they can make that argument in the proper venue, in our court system." But BC's proposal would effectively put the kibosh on the Trans Mountain pipeline, which is supposed to put $1.5 billion in Alberta's coffers every year. So Rachel Notley is hell-bent on immediate retaliation for what it calls a betrayal of trade agreements and confederation by BC. And she's urging Albertans to join her fight.
Next time you're thinking about ordering a glass of wine, think of our energy workers, think of your neighbors, think of our community, think about our province, and maybe choose some terrific Alberta craft beer instead.
Many Alberta wine stores and restaurants say that's a winning message.
So I think that a lot of our customers in our community are sensitive to the issue, and I think that they're supporting Rachel's stand, because I know distributors may be affected a little bit, but I think that they need to also put some pressure on the BC government as well.
And Alberta is promising more pressure to come. Retaliation on industries that will hurt BC with less impact on Alberta, like wineries. Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.
So what impact will this have? The BC Wine Institute says 10 to 15% of all BC wines are exported to Alberta. It makes it the second biggest market for BC wines. And as for the impact on wine drinkers in Alberta, almost 95% of Canadian wines sold in that province come from BC. And last year, that amounted to more than 17 million bottles.